Well, you have exchanges, about 10 to 12 million people. I don't think they're going to grow that much. They're all subsidized members, so no real change
all
regardless of policy, right? You have these short-term insurance plans that they have approved, association health plans.
That's different, isn't it?
That's different.
Does it change anything, the landscape?
There's
at the margin.
I think, 5 million-ish people that are off exchange, unsubsidized. And you might see a little bit of movement from that segment to these lower-priced short-term plans, possibly. I don't know why the Democrats would be using it as a, as a way to run their election propaganda. Well, it doesn't seem like
fear of having things taken away, pre-existing conditions.
Yeah. Pre-existing conditions will be much more judicial. It will be if the Supreme Court decides to, listen to the case that Texas and 20 other states are now, suing on pre-existing conditions. We already have the confirmation of Brett Kavanaugh. Yeah. So it's very possible, regardless of the election outcome, that they eliminate pre-existing conditions. I'm not sure that it matters how the composition of Congress will be. If the House flips, so what?
So for companies like United Healthcare, life goes on, right?
United Healthcare has left exchanges anyway. So it's Medicaid, they're in Medicaid. You only have Centene, Anthem, and the Blues and Molina to some degree. It doesn't really matter for the Big Five. It's all about the integration of that PBM managed care asset. The deals look like they're about to close. Medicare Advantage is looking really, really good for next year. And unless Trump is impeached, which I really doubt anything like that is happening even post the elections, till 2021, Medicare is going to be very strong and privatized. So I don't see why the elections are a big deal. The blue wave, to some degree, you might see more Medicaid expansion. I mean, I think if governor races go more blue, the House flips, that helps a little bit. So that helps the Medicaid plans to some degree.
So have you changed your emphasis on, I know you had some specific, you always talk about the same stocks or companies when you come in here. What are your favorites?
I like Cigna here a lot now. I think the deal is closing. Cigna Express has recovered about 75% of the lost valuation since March when they announced the deal. Everybody hated the deal. I think investors are warming up to the deal. Next year, you should see good numbers. I think that their revenue growth will be better than expected, not just in 19, but going forward. I like Anthem very much here as well. So those are my two large cap picks. I like WellCare Group. And then United's the bellwether. I don't think you can dislike United. I mean, the quarter was very strong, better than expected. They raised guidance. So those are the names. And I like HCA. I think you should own a hospital name as well. It's a bit of a hedge against too much health insurance payer exposure. And HCA is a high quality name. Adaptable, survival of the fittest. So those are my picks, really.
So what are the drug companies most worried about in terms of having the list prices up on their ads?
I mean, what did he say? I think there's 17 actions. There's many small things that they've done. I think if you look at it, the buckets that I can see is transparency. So he's got the DTC change that he talked about this morning. Right. The controversies, will they continue
potentially getting rid of rebates or forcing you to give them
that's
to
a big one.
At the end
That's
point.
a big one. And I think
that you're not negotiating with big companies. It means
exactly, yes.
Yeah,
rebate elimination, did he say much about whether it's confirmed on the employer side?
Well, he said they've been talking about it, about making it be something where if you're going to give a rebate, it has to be at the end point for the consumer, that it's not going to be negotiated away. So this is no longer going to be some sort of, okay, we'll all wink and look the other way and help ourselves with this and not necessarily the end consumer.
So it'll happen even past Medicare. He thinks it will. There was some controversy around that.
It didn't specify.
So it's a big change. That's a big change. CVS and Express came out and disclosed their rebate amounts. Yeah. Many are skeptical if it covers everything. It was just $400 million and $300 million, so really small. And there's all that finger pointing going on between pharma and the middleman.
Yeah, PBMs.
PBMs, but PBMs are making mid-single-digit margins. It's not outrageous. The margins and return on capital, they're justified, unless employers and small plans can do it themselves.
All right.
Who is?
Hard to say.